The old house stood at the end of a forgotten lane, its windows like hollow eyes staring into the gloom. When Clara inherited it from her estranged uncle, the will came with a cryptic warning: never invite anyone to stay. Clara ignored the warning, dismissing it as the ramblings of a paranoid man. Moving in, she found the place in settling paint peeling like dead skin, floorboards groaning under her steps, and a faint metallic smell she couldn't place. Still, she was determined to make it her own. One evening, a torrential storm swept through the town, and a frantic knock on her door startled her. A man stood on the porch, rainwater cascading off his coat. "Please," he stammered. "I've had an accident. My car is stuck. Can I stay the night?" Clara hesitated, her uncle's warning surfacing in her mind, but the man's desperate eyes softened her resolve. "Of course," she said, opening the door. The man introduced himself as Lucas. He was polite, even charming, as they shared a simple meal, but as the night wore on, Clara began to notice peculiarities. Lucas never touched his food, merely pushing it around the plate. His reflection in the window seemed wrong, like a shadow moving independently. At midnight, Clara awoke to the sound of footsteps pacing upstairs. She froze. Lucas's room was downstairs. Gripping a flashlight, she crept up the staircase, its groans masked by the storm outside. The footsteps led her to the attic door. It was slightly ajar, and a cold draft seeped through. Pushing it open, she found the attic empty except for a mirror propped against the far wall. In its cracked surface, Clara saw not her reflection, but Lucas, staring back at her with hollow eyes and a cruel grin. She stumbled backward, dropping the flashlight. When she retrieved it, the mirror reflected only her terrified face. The next morning, Lucas was gone, but the house felt different, heavier, darker. That night, Clara dreamed of the attic. In her dream, she stood before the mirror, her reflection whispering words she couldn't understand. When she woke, the whispers continued. They came from the walls, the floors, the shadows. Desperate, Clara smashed the mirror in the attic, but the whispers only grew louder. Days turned into weeks. Clara stopped eating, sleeping, leaving the house. She became a silent guest in her own home. Neighbors reported hearing her talking to someone, though no one ever visited. Months later, the house went dark. When police entered, they found no trace of Clara, only a mirror in the attic, whole again, reflecting the empty room. But sometimes, late at night, passers-by swear they see a woman in the window, staring out with hollow eyes.